Four Seasons lost. In Austin, I stalled, paused. My eyes crawled to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Roll dice and woes of life. Love and pride, the girl house. The meaning of life, one subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Off the mirrors appear quick, ready from ear to ear. Craving and raining and grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near, stay there. Remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you conceive.
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Unpopular Hour. I'm your host, Matt Clark. It is Monday, the 22nd of September, and I missed you guys all week last week. I did not feel good all last week. And I want to say I probably slept, I don't know how many hours. I mean, literally I slept. I would wake up at like 12 o'clock or whatever in the afternoon, just not feeling good. Go back to bed, wake up, go train kids, come home, go right back to bed. I literally have not felt good, or I would not feel good till around 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know what my situation has been. Yesterday I worked, and then I went home, and I literally slept from 1 o'clock till 10:30, and woke up a little bit, took some Benadryl, and then slept till this morning. I'm finally feeling kind of okay, but I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know what it is, but I know that pretty soon I'm going to have to go and see a doctor, because this is just, no energy whatsoever. And that's just not like me. It's just not. And so I apologize for everyone missing, but I do have on my Ryder Cup shirt for today, because Ryder Cup is this week, and we will go into it fully to what's going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think it's Sunday, so we'll go over the whole thing when it gets near on Thursday, and get ready for the Ryder Cup this week. The American team against the European team, and we know who our American team is. We know who the European squad is, so it ought to be really, really good. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully the Americans can win back again at home. We won 2 years ago, Whistling Straits for 4 years ago, which is why I have the shirt on right now. And then we lost in Paris. We didn't even show. I don't even know if we made the trip. Played terrible. Lost the deal game that they won, and just, it's just crazy. But the Ryder Cup reminds me of football games or a basketball game. It reminds me of a sporting event, because the fans talk trash. It's ruly, and the Europeans are just as obnoxious as the Americans fans are obnoxious. They both are, which I like. Because to me, that's what sports is about. It's about talking trash. It's not your typical golf is an elitist sport. It used to be, where the elites would, do their thing, and it was all, real clap and nothing bad. But now it's just really ugly, and people talk trash. And to me, it's evolved. And now they do respect the players. Like, you're quiet when they hit the ball, but you talk trash to them all up and down. And to me, if that bothers you, and you're a little punk anyway. I won't say that word, but you're a wimp. Come on. If somebody talking trash to you doesn't fire you up and make you want to play harder and make you want to shut them up, it's like I tell my kids all the time in training. I said, listen, when someone's talking trash to you, all you got to do is do this. Just shut them up. Go. They say you can't shoot. Can't make a free throw, make free throws. If you get an and one, get an and one. If you're not, can't shoot a three, shoot a three. Make it. Then just do this. Shut them up. Shut them up. That's all you got to do. They'll leave you alone. It's like Michael Jordan said that one time against Utah, and they're the worst fans, talking trash. And the one fan said, when he dunked on Stockton, dunk on somebody your own size. A few plays later, he comes down and dunked on 7'2" Mel Turpin, looked at him and goes, was he big enough? So that's what you do. Shut them up. That's what you do. So I'm excited about the Ryder Cup at Bethpage Black, which is a tough, tough course, and the fact that the Ryder Cup is being played on a public course. And primarily they're only played on private courses. And so the fact that it's played on a public course in New York, now it's a difficult course. And it could be windy, it could be not, it could be rainy, it could be cold, it could be anything. It's New York. So that I'm interested in going, and that's one of the things that I do want to do at some point is be able to go to a Ryder Cup and watch an event. That's something that I would love to be able to do at some point, to be able to do that. I think that'd be fantastic thing to do is be able to go to a Ryder Cup. I mean, I think that would be just absolutely amazing to be a part of the atmosphere, wearing my USA stuff, and I played for the USA in basketball, so I understand everything that's involved in that. Okay, I understand the vitriol that people have for the American team. I'm okay with that. I understand what the vitriol the Americans have against the Europeans. I'm okay with that. And, it's about being competitive. It's sports. It's sports. It's no big deal. Just have fun. Enjoy yourself thoroughly. That's usually what I do, especially when you win. But anyway, I tell you this. Yesterday in the NFL and in college, let's just go ahead and start with college first, then we'll get into the NFL. In college this weekend, starting with Tulsa and Oklahoma State. I did not go to the game. I had the choice between I could have went or worked, and I chose to work and watch the game. And Oklahoma State is just, I think Gundy I don't think he gives, I don't think he cares. I just don't. I don't think it bothers him. I think he's done with Oklahoma State after everything that went down. I think it's bad blood between him and owners and everything. I just do. I don't think he really cares about whether they win. I mean, I won't say that. I'm not going to say that because he's a competitor. I believe he wants to win, but I don't really. To me, after losing your starting quarterback on the third series of the year in Game 1, you said, well, they were a different team then, and they looked differently. And now it just looks like with these guys, him talking trash to Dan Lanning before they played Oregon. What are you doing? They're the number 2 ranked team, 3 ranked team in the country. Are you talking trash? What are you doing? What are you doing? So I just don't really understand it. I don't. I don't understand his philosophy. I don't understand what he's trying to accomplish. I just don't. And that was one of the worst performances that I've seen by a team. But we don't have the players. I mean, when you have to basically have to add 60-something players, to me, that's a huge, huge, huge thing when you have to add that many players. You just do. I don't. You lost he basically lost his team last year. He just did. And you could tell he lost his team. Didn't win a game in the Big 8, Big 12. They lost the team. He lost his team. And he had to grab a bunch of new guys and have a whole new crop of players, new coaching staff, everything. And I feel sorry for the coaching staff. I really do, the new guys who left jobs to come here. Now, there's an opportunity because it's a Big 12, and it's a big conference, and it gives them a chance to be showcased for them to possibly get a job somewhere else. But just watching the team, it's painful. And I talked to my guy, the commander, Randy Wright, about it. And it's painful to watch. And I think he and his wife, Kimberly, they left and went to Hideaway, the original. By the way, the real original, the one that really matters. They went to that and they just said, I'm done. And went to watch the game from there and eat pizza. He helped ruin Oklahoma State basketball. Him and our former AD. You had a 14 or 13-year waiting list for sellouts to get tickets to a game. And you rehired a guy, which made no sense. He should have never been hired. You get a guy that gives you sellouts. You hadn't had sellouts in 7 years. You get 2 in a year, and then you don't pay him. say you can't afford it, then the next few months later you give Gundy a $600,000 raise, but you couldn't afford to play the basketball coach who then had turned around your program, who's now at Illinois, doing great. So when I look at what Oklahoma State's done, the mistakes they've made, it's like the frustration level is so high for me. Them watching them and then watching OU, it's like, what are you guys doing? The one thing about Constiglione, an OU athletic director, he had wanted to have the best coaches in every sport to make the university look good as a whole. And T. Boone Pickens and a former AD and Gundy, they only wanted football. They wanted Oklahoma State to be known as football. It's not happening. He wanted to do what the Texas Tech guy, the billionaire Tech, is doing. You look at what Tech is doing. You see they won again, beating Utah. Wasn't even close, really, to me. Watched the game, wasn't close. But Tulsa, everybody says, well, did you fire Gundy? To me, I mean, I've never been a fan of his, and you guys have known this. Those who know me really well know I'm not a fan of his. Just never have. I've never been a fan of the guy. Don't know him. I'm just not a fan of his. His brother, Kale, 100% love him. This guy, no, not so much. But it is what it is. Congratulations to the Tulsa Golden Hurricane for coming into Stillwater, handling their business, and beating the Cowboys 19-12. My thing is this: Gundy's gone. We all know it. I just wait till the end of the year and just pay him his $15 million or whatever it is, and just send him on. Bye-bye. Let's move on. Let's turn the page. And like I said, I feel sorry for the coaches that came here for 1 year. Now granted, they could turn things around. Anything could happen. But like I said, I'm not a fan of his. Never have been. And I just haven't. I don't really like the guy. I just don't like him, and I never have. And that's just my opinion, and doesn't mean a whole lot, but that's my opinion. Talking about the Sooners, the Auburn-OU game, what a game that was. Jackson Arnold, let me tip my hat to you, young man. I did not see that coming from you. I did not expect that type of performance. You played really, really well, above and beyond what I thought you were capable of playing, to be honest. I did not see that happening. You were fantastic, young man. And can I say that I'm proud of you for the fact that with everybody doubting you, with everybody having their head down saying that you weren't this and you weren't that, can I say what a difference an offensive coordinator makes? What a difference a line makes, offensive line? What a difference that, players to give the ball to when you get an opportunity to do it. And can I say that my hat does go off to you. I thought you played really well, and I was very, very surprised at what you did and how well you played. I really was, young man. And can I say that I'm really proud of you being able to come back in that environment, coming from a school that you wanted to play for, and be able to perform the way you performed. And let's face it, a few calls that went against y'all cost you 14 points. And had you got those calls the other way, you win this game, you get the ability to say, look what y'all did, what you gave up by giving up on me. And, Mateer, he's a good quarterback. He really is. He's not everything that everybody says he is. I think he's okay. But congratulations to the Sooners. You got a couple calls, but that's irrelevant. The bottom line is you still did what you needed to do to win the game. That defense of yours, is that off defensive line, front side, it's just ridiculous. Cornerback, boy, oh boy, you're in trouble for what y'all got to do for the rest of the year. They're going to come after him unless he fixes some things. He's going to have a long, long, long season if he doesn't fix some things, because I can promise you the teams are going to go after him, and I believe he will get better because, number one, the coach that he has, Venables, is going to make sure that he gets better, and his defensive his cornerbacks coach is going to make sure he gets better. So I do believe that he will be better for the next game. And remember, he has this week off, He has next week off, really. Kent State, well, they get beat 66-10 or something ridiculous. So they have 2 weeks off before they have to go to Dallas to play the Texas Longhorns in the Red River Shootout. So we'll see what's going to happen. I do believe they'll get better. Michigan and Nebraska. Sorry about that, Drew. Him throwing my guy, Nebraska guy. Michigan took care of business 30-27. It was a closer game than what I thought it was going to be, but Michigan just put the ball in behind their big offensive line and just ran the football. And that's what you have to do. And they just beat Nebraska. It was a great game by Nebraska. I did not expect the Cornhuskers to do what they did, but ever since they left the Big 12, they have not been the same team. Florida and Miami. Florida. Ben and Dylan, I'm sorry for y'all, both my guys that are Florida graduates. I feel so sorry for both of them because they are just, it's painful for these guys. It really is painful for both of these guys to watch their team go from what it was to what it is. I feel sorry for them. I really, 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 truly, truly do. Miami, Carson Beck and the squad he's got, they're just ridiculous. They are unbelievable. And Carson Beck is playing with a lot more confidence than he did at the end of last year for Georgia. He is not the same quarterback that he was at the end of Georgia. Maybe he was, some people say that he was just holding off because he knew he was going to leave and get all that money. And I'm not going to say that. I don't believe anybody I played before. My competitiveness would never let me go. I'm just going to throw away the season so I can go somewhere else. That has never been, I don't know. I don't understand that thinking, I guess. So if someone does think that way, I don't know. I don't understand it. So I can't look at that and go, oh, that's what he was doing. Because that's clearly people who say that are clearly people who, that's how they think. I, however, don't think that way. I never have thought that way. I don't understand it at all. I really don't. Illinois and Indiana. Illinois, how can you be ranked number 9 in the country and get beat by 53? I watched some highlights of that game. It looked like they weren't ready to play. I don't know if they just completely overlooked Indiana, which I don't know how the hell you do that. They're a top 20 team. They're in your conference. You know where they are, and you get beat that bad. The Oklahoma State Oregon was completely different. But to get beat that bad, you're a top 10 team in the country, and you get beat 50, I didn't understand that one. I really didn't. I'm like, how can you get beat 50? 50. Texas Tech and Utah, the Red Raiders, once again, talking about like what Boone Pickens did for Oklahoma State is what he did for Texas Tech. They have NIL has opened up a huge paycheck, huge ability for them to pay people. And I'm not a fan of Lubbock. Texas Tech recruited me out of high school. Now, of course, it's a lot better there in Lubbock now than it was back in the day when they recruited me. I mean, it's much more to do and it's prettier. But to me, you're in the middle of nowhere. You're 5.5 hours from Dallas. You're 6 hours from Oklahoma City. I mean, it's you. To me, it's just in the middle of nowhere. And people say that's Stillwater. I go, no, Stillwater. You're an hour from Tulsa. You're an hour from Oklahoma City. You can come to Oklahoma City and hang out. You can come to Tulsa and hang out. You're an hour away now. You're in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, but not really because you're an hour away. You still can get it in a car, and boom, you leave at 6 o'clock. There by 7. Or if you get done at 8 o'clock, you be in Oklahoma City by 9. Be in Tulsa by 9. So I don't. It's not the same. But sitting there being done at 7, realize you're not going to get to Dallas until 12 o'clock, 12:30. I mean, yeah, no, not the same. But it was a beautiful campus, and but yeah, you'd have to really pay me a lot of money to go there. And the guy that owned Furs at the time, Furs Cafeteria, which some of you all know who that is, and some people don't. But that's how I got to Tech, and that's who recruited me. And I took his private plane there to Lubbock. So, but anyway, the Red Raiders are rolling. They've got the squad. They've got the guy who can spend the money, And, when you look at what the NCAA have just done by saying they've cut off the window for spring where you can leave your college, which I think is great. Question is, what are they going to do in the winter? And I just think that, the transfer portal, to me, you should be able to transfer in the summer. That's it. And you only get to transfer one time. These guys are playing at 4 different schools. How the hell are you playing at 4 different schools? This year I'm at Oklahoma State. Next year I'm at Tulsa. The next year I'm at BYU. The next year I'm at Oklahoma. I mean, what the hell? You should be able to transfer one time for free. Like back in the day when we were there, you didn't get transfer at all. So if you went to a school and the coach lied to you, and by the way, they lie. They will say anything to get you to go to school there. That's a fact. They lie. So if you get lied to go to a college and you found out you got lied to me, you should have one opportunity to leave with no penalty. But after that, no, if you want to leave again, you have to sit out a year. That's where it should be. Go back to that. Stop all this nonsense where you can be at 4 different schools every year. Or you can transfer every year. In 4 years, you're at 4 different schools. That's crazy. You get one freebie because you were lied to out of high school. After that, you better choose wisely or you're stuck. I just don't think you should be able to just, be a gun for hire to go for different school every year. I think you get one freebie. And then after that, sit out a year. You got to stop all that nonsense. And as far as capping the NIL, it's a free open market, yes. But it should be a cap on it. I don't see it's just like, with anything else, people should be able to pay what they want to pay, but there should be a cap to make it somewhat even. Okay? Not necessarily, I'm not saying anything against Oregon or Texas Tech or Texas or Ohio State or whatever, but make it somewhat closer. You have an NIL budget of, you can only spend $20 million. Or you can only spend $10 million, whatever the number is. Now, what's going to happen is now what you're going to create is a situation back when I played. Before NIL, when there was always NIL, but it was the secret NIL where you got a check or somebody gave you a handshake, a shake of a hand with cash in it. It's going to go back to that. You can't trace cash. And as long as somebody keeps their mouth shut, nobody's going to ever know. You can't trace cash. I mean, you can, but, you got to know who it came from and where they got it. It's a lot harder to track cash. You still can. But it's a little bit harder. You get an envelope full of money. You get an envelope with whatever cashier's checks, whatever it is, you got it. Now, of course, it's all cash because cash. But I don't have no problem with that. But cap on it, say, a quarterback is worth $2 million. Not 6. I don't think any college kid's worth $4 or $5 million. That's crazy. But who am I to say that? If you can get it, you can get it. I'm not going to stamp on somebody else's money. But I think it's crazy. But if somebody wants to pay it, that's up to them. But put a cap on how much you can spend as a university to kind of slow some of this down a little bit. A little bit. Excuse me, I'm not against anybody making money. Go do your thing. But at least cap it just a little bit to make it a little bit more fair. And this is why. When you look at the top teams in the country, when you look at the rankings and who is who and who's doing what, okay? And it's funny how Oregon has dropped all the way to 6 compared to where they were. So you got Ohio State number 1, Miami number 2. I'm like, how the hell? This is not AP. This was, I forget, this is college. So it must be AP. But Miami 2, Penn State 3, LSU 4, Georgia 5, Oregon 6 now. Now, they hadn't played anybody, so that's probably has a lot to do with it. These other teams are playing people. But when I look at Miami, how are you jumping all the way up to number 2? I don't. That's a big jump for me. But we shall see if they're still there or not. But Michael Irvin, of course, loves it. Those former Miami Hurricane love it. Part of the U. Penn State, they're still doing what they're doing. Hadn't really played anybody. This is the thing. Once you get into the Big Ten play, where Penn State has to play Ohio State, well, LSU, remember, they still have to play OU, who's ranked 7th. Let's just go through it. Ohio State, Miami, Penn State 3, LSU 4, Georgia 5, Oregon 6, OU 7, moved all the way up. Florida State 8, Texas A&M 9, Texas 10. So the SEC has OU, A&M, Texas, LSU, Georgia. That's 5. The Big Ten has Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon. They have 3. And then, of course, you got Miami in there and Florida State. I mean, look at that. 5 SEC teams in the top 10. Indiana 11, Texas Tech 12. The Red Raiders have moved up. Ole Miss 13, Iowa State 14, Tennessee 15, Georgia Tech 16, Alabama 17. Now, how much money is Georgia Tech spending now for them to be able to move up there? But you got to be spending money. You got to spend money to be in top 20. Alabama 17, Vanderbilt 18, 19, Michigan 20, Missouri. By the way, what a lovely place to hang out in. I've always liked the University of Missouri. I love to. I didn't like playing against them, but I like going out there and hanging out. USC 21, Notre Dame 22, Illinois 23. How the hell are they still in the top 25 after getting beat 50? You shouldn't be in the top 25. You got beat 50. Sorry, I didn't agree with that at all. You got beat 50. You got beat 50. How the hell are you in the top 25? TCU 24th, and then BYU 27th. So when you look at the Big 12, you have BYU, you have TCU, you have 2, Iowa State 3, Tech 4. So you have 4 from the Big 12 that represent in the top 25. 5. And then SEC has, let me see, that's 5. Ole Miss is 6, Tennessee is 7, Alabama's 8, Vandy's 9, Missouri's 10. So they have 10 top 25 teams. That's a lot of teams. And OU's got their hands full because they got to play still. They still have left. They still got to play Ole Miss. They still have to play LSU. So we'll see how they're going to end up being. They still play at Bama too, I believe, and Tennessee. So the OU schedule is pretty tight. But when I went to the barbershop, the way that Chris laid it out, he's been on point thus far, laying it out the way he's laid it out. What OU's record's going to be, he said it would be 5-0 when they got to Texas, and that's exactly what it's looking like. I'm assuming that it's going to stay over there, but it looks like they will be 5-0, and he has been 100% correctamundo on the schedule. So with that, we're going to thank our sponsors, SRB. If you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, hit our guys up over there at SRB. Love to take care of you. If you have needs for a water treatment plant in your city or county, they'll make sure that you have clean drinking water. So hit those guys up, would you? Oak Grove Trucking, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, my guy Jose will love to take care of you and make sure everything is smooth sailing for your contracting business. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. The Equal Housing Lender, a member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into one of their 5 locations. The main bank at 401 Elm Street, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YB East, which is off the Parkway and 66 at 39th Expressway. YB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YB Parkway, which is off the Garth Brooks and I-40, just south of I-40 right there, can't miss it. YB Parkway, YB People is located in Bethany on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. And, of course, the House of Creed, handcrafted since 1760. As they always say, Matt, remember, pick the best for your best. And I do believe that they've got great smelling stuff. Penn Square Mall, located in Oklahoma City. The dealer's location for men is on the east side of the mall. The women's department's on the west side of the mall. Also, Woodland Hills Mall, which we're going to be coming to pretty soon to do a show there at Woodland Hills Mall in Tulsa. Town East Mall in Wichita, Oak Park Mall, Overland Park, Kansas, Park Plaza Mall in Little Rock, South Plains Mall in Lubbock, and of course the Westgate Mall there in Amarillo, Texas. Still have not been there. One day I'm going to have to go by there. Have to go by there one day soon. In NFL, uh, there were some good games, and most of the teams that you expected to win won. Let's just start out with that. Most of the teams you expected to win did win. The Dolphins and the Bills. I did not expect the Dolphins to beat the Bills, and I don't think really anybody did. I mean, I'm not. I still don't know how they gave Tua all that money. I mean, it just amazes me how some of these people think Dak Prescott more money than Mahomes. Highest paid quarterback. I don't. Losing record against 500 teams, he's the highest paid quarterback. How the hell is that? The Bengals and the Vikings, Joe Burrow, of course, being gone, did not expect a lot from the Bengals. They're going to be in the tank until Joe, who gets hurt every year. Every year he gets hurt. Great talent, but he just cannot stay healthy. I think he's just snake bit, it seems like. Kind of like I was snake bit. Just never could stay healthy. Jaguars and the Texans, 71 to 10. That was not the score. Okay, that was not the score. Was not 71 to 10. I want to say it was 21 to 10. Let me see, what is it. Let me pull that up real quick and fix that. Sorry about that, guys. That was not the score at all. It was not even close to being the score. Let me see. Let me find it. Sorry. Let me see. NFL scores. What was it? Texans, Jaguars. I know that wasn't even close. Let me see. Oh my God, guys. Where is it? 17 to 10. Oh, I put them backwards. And I'm not dyslexic, so I don't know what the hell that was about. Let me change that up right now. That's driving me crazy. It was 17 to 10. I don't know how that got backwards, but, we do make mistakes. Even me, which is kind of hard for me to admit, but you do make mistakes from time to time. But the score was 17 to 10. The Jaguars beat the Texans. And I tell you what, C.J. Stroud has not been quite the guy that he was in the first year. He has not played well since the middle to the end of last year. I don't know what the reasoning is behind it, but he has not played well at all, has not been the same guy. So he's going to have to step up for them to win. Now, I don't know I don't know if that's because they don't have a run game. I'm not sure what the situation is, but he has not played the same since then. So he's going to have to fix that. Where the hell happened to my NFL scores? It just went blank right there. That's rude. Where's my NFL scores at? That should just have popped in there. I don't know why it didn't just pop in there. That's weird. I'm gonna have to check on that and see what the situation is. Anyway, there we go. 17-10. I don't know what happened with that. Sorry about that, guys. That's weird. But it does happen when you're doing live stuff. That's what happens. Things mess up and you just go on. That's what you do because things mess up and you just fix it right there on the fly. And that's what you have to do. So then you have the Colts and the Titans. The Colts, surprisingly, Daniel Jones, unbelievable. He's just been on fire. He's played great. What they call him, Danny Dollars throwing. What did they call him yesterday? Danny Dollars throwing dimes, I think is what they said. But anyway, he's been a beast. Raiders and the Commanders. Commanders 41, Raiders 24. Commanders doing what we thought they were going to do. Let's take our hat off to Marcus Mariota. He just came in and took care of business over the Raiders. The Raiders, to me, they're going to be up and down. I'm not a fan of Geno Smith. I'm just not. And you could just see how that played out. I'm just not a fan of his. I do like him, but whatever with him. The Rams and the Eagles, Eagles scoring 26 unanswered points. The Rams were winning 26-7. And then the blocked field goal coming back for a touchdown was the story. Right there, that changed the game. Jalen Hurts came back, which no one thought he could actually come back. But of course, they could not guard A.J. Brown. The cornerbacks for the Rams could not guard him, and he did what he did. And it's funny how he talks about, we have all these guys and this and that, but we need to spread the ball around. Of course you're going to say that. And I don't blame you, but yeah, bro, you're in trouble. Falcons and the Panthers, I did not see 30-0. I did not see 30-0. In fact, I picked the Falcons to win this game. Did not see that happening. Bryce is playing pretty good. He's still a little small for me, but he's playing pretty good. And, it's amazing if you get the right coach with the right quarterback, right offensive coordinator with coach, whatever. It's amazing what happens. Totally different. You got to take your hat off to them and what they have done. Steelers and the Patriots. The Steelers, Mike Tomlin just wins. It's ugly, but they win. That game, I watched a little bit of it. It was hard to watch. It really, really, truly was hard to watch. But once again, the Steelers took care of business, got their W, and win 21-14. Packers and Browns. Jordan Love is what I had been afraid of from Jordan Love. Up and down. I'm just, with him, it's one of those things where I know if you're a Packer fan, your frustration level with him is very high. My frustration level with him is high. I don't understand how he just disappears the way he does. I really don't. I don't get how he does that. He can just play great, and then it's like, where is he? Jordan. Calling Jordan Love. Tell you, my Y&B waters is gone. I need to get some more. Jordan Love just, what an egg. What an egg delay. Just pathetic. Browns took care of business 13-10 at home. Once again, the AFC taking advantage of the NFC. Jets, Buccaneers, Bake Show. I'll tell you, I'm a big fan of Baker the last couple of years. He's kind of lost his, I don't want to say he still has this little bit of a swagger because he's a little dude and that's what they do. But the fact that he is just playing the way that he has played before, I like seeing him rebound. I'm a fan of his, and I like the fact that he has rebounded the way he's rebounded. I really am proud of Baker Mayfield and what I've seen out of him. Great show. Great. Great job by him at the end, and of course, it helps having a Hall of Famer, Mike Evans, handle his business. And of course, he is a first ballot Hall of Famer, Mike Evans. He's unbelievable. He was great when he was at A&M, and he's been great with Tom Brady, or before Tom Brady. He was great with Tom Brady, and he's still great with Baker. So let me give my hat off to Baker Mayfield and what he did yesterday against the Jets. Great job by him. I thought he played really well and deserved everything that he got. Broncos and Chargers. I'm now with the one guy talking about how Herbert and Harbaugh are the greatest combination and blah, blah, blah. Last year he was talking about Peyton and Bo Nix. And I'm a big fan of Justin Herbert. I thought he's always multi-talented. Uber talented. He can throw. He's big. He's physical. He can beat you with his feet or with his arm. I'm a huge fan and always has been a fan of Herbert. He's just been an underachiever. And let's face it, he's made the plays against the Chiefs. If he turns the ball back over and he doesn't make that run for that first down, Mahomes gets the ball. I believe the Chiefs beat the Chargers. Got a W. He's doing the things that Patrick Mahomes did last year for the Chiefs to win. Herbert is making those plays, and the Chargers are making those plays down the stretch to win. On the flip side of that, the Broncos have lost 2 games that they probably should have won. But, it is what it is, and it is football. And the Chargers did win at home. And the thing is this. They beat the Chiefs. They beat the Raiders. They beat the Broncos. So they're 3-0 in the conference. They have complete control of the conference right now as it stands. But this is the deal. You still got to go to Kansas City, and you still got to go to Denver. So, but you still have a 2-game lead over Denver, I believe, and a 3-game lead over the Chiefs. But that could disappear really, really fast. But let's face it, they're halfway home. They beat all 3 of their opponents in their conference. They're 3-0 thus far, and they've got 3 more games. That's all they've got. And they've got, like I said, we'll see how it works out. But they got, 1 game against the Raiders at home, which they should win. And then they've got the 2 games against the Chiefs and the Broncos. And even if they lose those 2, they're 4-2 in conference. So they should win the West. They should win the West because they're in complete control of it. And there's no reason why they shouldn't unless they lose to all 3 of those the next time around, and then they're 3-3. I don't see that happening, but anything could. But I don't see that happening. I really, really, truly don't. Saints and Seahawks. Sam Darnold has played really good. The Saints, the Aints, however you want to call them, they didn't do anything different than what I thought they were going to do. It's the Aints, right? It's the Aints. Who knows what they're going to be, but you have zero confidence in them and what they're doing since Sean Payton left. And Drew Brees, they have not been the same. Cowboys, Jerry Jones. We're still a playoff team. Okay, coach. Okay, owner. Y'all still a playoff team. Okay. Anything to get clicks and likes. Anything to get clicks and likes. Cowboys, y'all are not a playoff team. You're not. With CD gone, y'all for sure not. Dak's been playing good. I have no complaints about him. But Caleb, can I say that you played really well? He still cannot make that 7-yard or 5-yard, whatever, pass to the side. He can't do it. Not yet. Not to say that he throws stuff in the dirt more than any guy I've ever seen. But give him a deep ball, man, pretty, right on the money. Now, remember, game 1, he missed, who was it? Was it a Dunze? I think he missed a Dunze in week 1. And he made that play yesterday. So he makes that pass, and I think he'll be fine. But like I said, you can't really – he's had, 3 coordinators in 3 years? In 1 year? To me, this is his rookie year. Last year was not his rookie year. To me, this is Caleb's rookie year. It just is, and I've said that before. I think that you have to give him the benefit of the doubt this year and then see what he does next year. To me, this year is his rookie year with a good coordinator, with a better offensive line. He's got talent around him to throw the ball to, but you still have to be able to feel comfortable in the system, and I think he'll be better, and I think he'll start making those passes that are driving him crazy. The Cardinals and the Niners, how they win games. The Cardinals just, I'm a fan of Kyler Murray. I really, really am. But the Niners losing Joey Bosa, but getting their defensive coordinator back makes all the difference in the world to that team and to their defense. But losing Bosa is going to really help them. And the Cardinals, what do you say? I don't have an answer for the Cardinals. I really, really don't have an answer for the Cardinals. I don't know what to say about them. I just don't. I don't know. I just don't know what to say about them. I just don't. And then, of course, the Chiefs and the Giants. Everybody making a thing about Travis Kelce and Andy Reid, kind of a bump around. I don't have a problem with that. That's what they do. They're both emotional like that. And sometimes Travis needs his butt put in line. He does. And let's face it, he's caught up in being Travis Kelce right now. You got a billionaire, beautiful wife, the most popular singer in the world, who's you've engaged, it's going to be your wife. You've got one of the number 1 rated podcasts or number 5 top rated podcasts in the world. You're and your brother, so you're doing great there. You're on some TV shows. You got all this stuff going. Let's face it. To me, it's like this year, he's still competitive. He ain't the same guy. But he can't get open. He and Mahomes aren't on the same page this year, which to me, I don't know what the hell that is. I don't know if they're not spending time together anymore because they're not on the same page at all. When was the last time you saw him break one way, Mahomes throw the ball the other way, and they're just not on the same page. They're not there. I mean, to me, Trav, you're first ballot Hall of Fame, probably the best tight end in the history of pro football. Just this is your just gone. Just go away because you're not the same guy. But let's face it, we'll see what happens when Rasheed Rice comes back. And so we'll see. And Xavier Worthy. When they get back, we'll see what you do. But right now, Trav, you and Mahomes not on the same page. What the hell is that about? You know? And it's just not there. And Mahomes is not himself, but he's got a lot of stuff irons in the fire as well. But the Chiefs did take care of the Giants. They're now 1-2. They've got the Ravens coming up. They got to be 2-2. Now, I did see a stat the other day when the Raiders won their 8 or 9 straight, went to 9 straight AFC Championship games. 3 of those years they were started 2-2. Now, granted, they were in the East, so you got to figure they were going to be 5-1 every year in the East, or 4 and whatever it is. What did they have to play 6 games? They're going to be 5-1, 4-2 at worst every year in that division. So that did help them, knowing you've got some free wins. Where's the Chiefs? If they go 3-3, they're lucky. They go 3-3, they're lucky in their division. Now, of course, they've got to go 4-2. That means they've got to beat the Broncos twice, which is we'll see. They got to beat the Raiders twice, we'll see. And then they've got to beat the Broncos or beat the Chargers. But I see them going 3-3. I think they are 4-3. 4-2. Excuse me. What is it? They beat the Broncos once. They'll beat the Chargers once. They will beat them. They'll beat the Raiders at least once, if not twice. So they could be 4-2. But of course, the Chargers have done what they did, so we'll see how that works out. The Chargers cannot lose because if they lose and go 3-3 and the Chiefs go 4-2 or 5-1 in the conference, that's crazy. I don't necessarily see that happening, but stranger things have happened in the past, so we'll see how that works out. So, but I don't really see that part of happening. Now, remember tonight we have the Lions against Lamar and the Ravens. And, of course, whenever that happens, when Lamar plays against the East or against the NFC, what does he do? He kills them. He kills them. And I saw this stat today. Let me see, did I get that stat down? No, I didn't take that stat. Lamar is like, in the history of Monday Night Football, he is 25. He's thrown 25 touchdowns, no interception, and has like 142 passer rating or something crazy. Like he is the best Monday Night Football quarterback of all time, easily, because of what his numbers have been. He's like 17-4, whatever, something crazy, 12-4, whatever, some insane number. But 25 TDs, no interceptions, and the passer rating of 104. It's just insane what he's doing. But it's Lamar. And, of course, he's playing against the Lions, and the Lions are not the Lions, and he's destroyed them last year, but I just don't think the Lions even have a chance to do anything. I really don't. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. My guy John Warren just told us that Van Fleet just tore his ACL. Oh, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Fred Van Fleet, the leader of the Houston Rockets, their point guard, has torn his ACL. That's not good. That's not good. Talking about the Thunder and that. So thank you, John, for that update right there. But he just tore his ACL. That's not good for the Rockets. I was just thanking John for texting me that and letting me know that. That right there, to me, is going to be a huge step back for the Rockets. Now you got to go get a point guard. Now you got to get a point guard. Because you had the roster, you got what you needed to do to put the pieces together, but a torn ACL. Now, of course, we lose Sorber. The Thunder, we lose Sorber, which is the third guy we've lost in 4 years. The only one that's made it through has been Queso, knock on wood. Because remember, Chet, out for the year. We lost Oh my God, what's his name? What's our point guard's name? Oh my God. We hadn't played, not Michik. What is it? Oh my God, I can't think of his name now off the top of my head. Wow. Topic. Topic. We lost him last year, and then we lose Sorber. So Chet didn't play his first year. Topic didn't play his first year, and now Sorber's not going to play his first year. But for Fred Van Fleet to get hurt, that's going to really, really hurt the Rockets this year. So now they're going to have to go out and find them a point guard, somebody that can get them the ball and be able to do something for them. Uh, so we're going to see how that works out. Okay, guys. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching this episode of the Unpopular Hour. Appreciate you guys keeping in. Like I said, I'm sorry for that, but we'll be back up this week tomorrow. We've got to go to the barbershop so we can talk about OU. I can hear Chris brag. Wednesday we will be at the bank. Thursday we will be at Creed, and then Friday we're going to be at Industry. So that's our schedule for this week to see what's going to happen. Well, actually Friday we will not be on Friday. The lady who passed away, who took the place of my mom after my mom passed away, Florine Deba, passed away. She was like my mom. Her funeral is Friday. So we will not have a show this coming Friday because of that. I will be giving her all my attention. You know, I'm a pallbearer for her. So everything that I do will be about her on Friday. So, but my condolences go out to the Deba family, and I'll let everybody know about all that, okay? That being said, hey, everybody, have a fantastic day. Peace out. God bless. Remember, Thunder